So, wir haben jetzt eine ganze Haufen zu machen. Äh,
Deploying.
Wir starten mit Volker, denn Quiet ist ja weg. Den Hund nehme ich jetzt auch mal nicht mit. Ähm, Auch wenn ich nach Quiet den Hund oder mit Quiet sind die zwei besten Unterstützer. Obwohl ja der Volker auch schon seine Vorteile hat. Ja, ne? Ich werde halt gucken, dass ich den Volker nutze, um Helikopter auszuschalten. Ja, und ansonsten bin ich halt auf mich alleine gestellt. Ne?
Mother base is now in the red.
Naja, wenn die Mission vorbei ist, dann ist ja wieder alles gut. Deswegen habe ich auch erst die Mission gestartet, weil die gibt mir halt 90.000.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been
Ach komm. Hier längs, ne? Ja. So, ich rieche noch keinen Helikopter, das ist schon mal gut. Genau, ich werde dann auch direkt dann, Kassetten abspielen. Wollte ich eigentlich schon starten, aber ich wurde ja unterbrochen. Abfangmodus.
Intercept mode.
Okay, das ist lustig. Ist ja die Frage, ob er mir hilft, wenn ich angegriffen werde. Ich lasse mal im Abfangmodus. Okay, also hier ist schon mal niemand. Ich will nicht wieder von dem Sniper überrascht werden. Deswegen gehe ich hier so vorsichtig ran. Ja, okay, da hört man schon den Panzer.
That's the target.
Okay, das ist ein leicht gepanzerter Panzer. Was haben wir hier noch?
analysis.
Boah, 4 Leute.
Analysis complete.
Wenn ich da einen Granatwerfer reinballere, dann sind die alle weg. Weil es sind keine gepanzerten Gegner.
Caution. Sandstorm approaching. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. findings detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Intercept mode.
Okay, okay. Okay, das war's aber noch nicht. Okay, der lebt noch, deswegen. Dann kommt die erste Kassette.
The R&D team's going to take over Emmerich's work. He may be gone, but it won't affect us one bit. We'll be able to deliver whatever you need just like before. You can depend on that. One other thing. I'm tracking his whereabouts. Nothing to report at the moment, though.
Let it go. He's gone. The guy's gone.
I know. I just want to be sure. Not like I'm losing sleep over that son of a bitch.
Open this thing! Huey! Damn it, Huey! Open it now! Please! Let me out! Kill me!
If only I tried to be that soon. Perhaps I would have made it. Why didn't I stop the hatch from closing?
Luke.
Like losing an arm. Stay a while. My voice. It's so distant. But you can hear me, can't you, Joy? I know you can. You're recording all of this. Deep down, some memory board he'll never find. Duplicating it. Burying it under heaps of meaningless code. Anyway, yes,
The map has been
I can
updated.
say what needs to be said. I can still do that much. Talk to you.
Analysis complete.
Even if I can't face you. Even if there's a heaven. Even if you're waiting there.
Analysis complete.
I don't deserve to see you again. I don't deserve to love you.
Analysis complete.
I
Analysis
signed
complete.
up for Zero's plan. Even now that he's halfway to dead, his plan lives on, leeching away at the world.
Marker removed.
And it took your strength to make it happen. In losing you, I put the world in his power. Zero, or whoever it is who's taken its name. They found me after the Caribbean. They made me simulate as well, so that even after the body was gone, that will keep the world turning the way I want it. I had no choice. They dredged Lago Corsibolca, pulled up your phantom, forced me to revive and modify you. I thought I could bring you back, but in the end, I sold your will to him. Now this heart is just one big shell. A husk. Your phantom's no longer here. As for me, everyone touched hurts to ashes. I could never make anyone happy. And now I'll never see my son again. But at least Hal's free from his father's hands. With child. Can you imagine? I wonder how you took the news. When John's... I knew you chose to live. If I could pass your will on to a child. My genes, your being, your father would be irrelevant. If I did that, that child would be ours. I've been a fool. Is his theories. Of course, I couldn't see through the dream. The false you I created. I only wanted to pass your will on to the next generation. Zero took it away. And now I haven't just lost you. I've lost my... Oh, how can you forgive the mother who couldn't protect you? The one who let them take it all away from us. Oh. There's still hope. You, the one he took away. He'll never break your will. The will to make this world the way you saw it could be. I buried code, just to be sure. Inside of you, there is an egg. And when someone finds it, when they crack it, there'll be nothing left to stop you. The world you envisioned will come reality.
Analysis complete.
Please take care of our son.
Analysis complete.
Don't ever be afraid. Whatever happens up there, she'll be watching over you. Stone, the framework for your world.
Analysis complete.
You
Analysis complete.
need to be strong enough.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Analysis complete. Marker placed. Analysis
That's the target.
Analysis complete.
You have arrived at your destination.
You gotta extract him.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Side op completed. Extraction.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
It appears I was looking at things wrong.
What do you mean?
All of you. Until now, I had thought of your organization, Diamond Dogs, as a superorganism.
You'll have to explain that one.
The term refers to a unit of eusocial insects like ants or bees. While made up of many individuals, they behave as though they are one organism, with the queen as their nerve center. The close ties you share here reminded me of that.
Well, the boss's efforts do pull us all together.
I was not finished. I'm speaking in terms of homogeneity. You come from all walks of life, do you not? Many races and tongues, talents and pasts, complementing each other, influencing each other. Making Diamond Dogs the unique group that it is.
Of course. There's no use for mindless drones around here.
Is that so? Then perhaps an organization like yours is a truer superorganism than the ants and bees.
Meaning?
Most organisms adapt to their environment by coexisting with other species. Take the cow, for instance. Its rumen, the first stomach, contains an incredible number of bacteria, which digest the food it has consumed. Without their help, the cow could not break down the fiber in grasses. The cow has to outsource its means of survival to them.
You don't say.
Analysis complete.
Man is the same. Some 100 trillion bacteria live inside the human intestines. Without the bacteria, they could not function properly. And it
He's
doesn't
coming too.
stop there.
Roger that.
The stomach, the mouth, the skin. Even the placenta contains bacteria that coexist with us. The same is true of parasites. In fact, the human immune system has evolved based on parasites being a part of it. Without them, the immune system can run amok and even damage other parts of the body.
This is all very interesting, but what does it have to do with Diamond Dogs?
A harmonious superorganism is made up not of a group of homogeneous individuals, but of diverse individuals that complement each other. That is what I saw in your group here. Then it occurred to me that man is a superorganism. Man's phenotype is not determined solely by his genetics. Some say if you mapped the genomes of all bacteria in the human body, the result would be over 100 times bigger than the human genome. The sum of man's genome and those of the organisms he coexist with, call it a metagenome, creates the superorganism we know as a human
Analysis
being.
complete.
Well, now that's quite a leap.
You think so? Then try a broader perspective.
Analysis
If
complete.
our world were a human body, you would be parasites. You make a
Analysis
living
complete.
by doing the dirty work that the world powers cannot handle themselves. From their perspective, you are likely a nuisance.
Analysis
But without
complete.
you, pus would build up around the world, and autotoxemia, self-poisoning, would follow. The world needs your kind.
Thank goodness for that.
Skullfaced forced me to turn parasites into weapons. Creatures with which we are supposed to coexist. Meanwhile, that foundation I worked with focused solely on the human genome. Apparently thinking that manipulating it would get them whatever new form they want. Both ways are mistakes. Neither is a true superorganism. I am Dine. By by speaking with those living inside me. We enhance one another and enjoy harmonious growth. Such was the original purpose of my research. You have made me remember this.
Well, it's an honor. You can travel the world, but you won't find another place like this. If the whole world was like this base, I think the peoples of the world would bid farewell to fighting for good. Maybe that's what the boss wanted in the end.
Analysis complete.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Clouds approaching. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Найти его! Двигайтесь!
Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Side op completed.
He's coming too.
Extraction
Roger that.
arrived at Mother Base. Storm approaching. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Clouds approaching.
Skullface, real name unknown. Born in Hungary, more specifically northern Transylvania after it reverted to Hungary from Romania. While he was young, the country allied with Germany as part of the Axis powers, but later during the war, it came under Soviet occupation. The Hungarians struggled for independence, but the Soviets came down. Hard. Just like he said, time and again the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him. All he had left was his skull. Skullface first tried his hand at espionage during all the chaos from the war. Agents, military officials, and soldiers who operated out of Hungary during the war vanished over the course of several months. This Soviet spy hunt rocked the counter-intel world. Mysterious fatal illnesses, accidental deaths, drownings, people having strokes behind closed doors. Just like Stalin, no one knew who was behind it. But all you need to do was look for who had the motive. They were all taken out by a man without a face. And now we've got an idea of how he did it too. He'd gotten revenge for his people, but he wasn't finished. Skullface defected to the West, eventually ended up with the SAS. That's where he met Zero. It's possible he began planning this whole thing back then. It's hard to say. In any case, Zero made him his XO. He always did have a thing for oddballs. But this one was set to lead a unit no one else would know about. When Zero created Fox, he also formed XOF as a support team. An unconventional special forces unit designed to support Fox, make it stronger, with Skullface giving the orders.
Zero never even told the boss about it, nor the CIA, naturally. If Fox was Zero's silver bullet, XOF was the recoil when he pulled the trigger. Just like Newton's third law. While you were with Fox, Skullface was operating behind the scenes. Sometimes as your backup, sometimes as a mole or scout, sometimes as your cleanup crew. Fox's tail, making sure the mission succeeded and that you survived. We only have his word to go on, but Skullface's goal was revenge against those who use language to subjugate people. Those corrupting a people's identity by forcing a new tongue on them. Those using the power of language to control information. Naturally, that set his sights on Zero. To Zero, English was simply the most convenient code. But to Skullface, English was a parasite, and by eradicating it, he'd stop the world from being eaten away. If that didn't work, he was ready to see the world scorched by nuclear fire. To save language, culture, and race from annihilation, he was willing to overstep the hands of the doomsday clock. That is, of course, if you believe anything he had to say.
After exposure to the blood of a symptomatic colleague, I found myself making my way up the stairs to this room. And I am not alone. Everyone who's infected, we've all come up here wanting to get outside. I know full well I mustn't leave, given the possibility I'm infected. Yet, I can't contain this urge I feel inside me, like the alcoholic who tries to make any excuse for one more drink. Every step I took up those stairs filled me with this sense of bliss. I still have all my wits about me. It took no time at all to rewire the electronic lock and open the emergency exit. Then, just as I was about to set foot outside, I finally realized what was going on. This desire for freedom is not my own, but that of the vocal cord parasite inside me. They want the raven to feed on us, making us sense. Attracted by these sweet secretions, they have mutated to facilitate this. The sweet smell is powerful enough to attract even a species with such a weak nose. So, before the parasites take complete control, I must. Most of the staff in here are already infected. At least, everyone I've looked at is. Infection with this parasite causes a high fever in the pharynx. I have modified a pair of night vision goggles to react only to this temperature range. With these goggles, you can identify who is infected. Other infected will, like me, feel compelled to make it outside. If the ravens get their meal, they'll head for land next. That cannot be allowed to happen.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis.
That's the target.
Side ops list updated.
Okay, subject is in.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. ЛКП, понял. Возможно, это вражеское нападение. Всем быть начеку. Конец связи.
Outpost captured. Analysis complete.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Weather will clear shortly.
Hier gibt's keine Muni? Sehr seltsam.
The whole idea of the vocal cord parasites was that they'd only copulate once exposed to a specific language over time. But the parasites infecting our men in the laboratory laid their eggs straight away. The larvae were eating their lung tissue almost immediately. What kind of mutation was it? Those who were infected and cured still carried the vocal cord parasites in their throats. They were still there, but the males had been rendered female by the Volvakia, and copulation could
not occur. So we thought. But it is the Volbachia that mutated.
Not the parasites?
Remember I told you the Volbachia attempts to maximize its number of female infected hosts?
Yes, hence the male-to-female transformation.
Precisely. But other Volbachia strains use different methods. Cytoplasmic incompatibility, killing the males, and parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis. Aphids. Aphids use that to reproduce via females only.
Very good. The females lay their eggs without a male present, creating clones of themselves in explosive numbers. Parthenogenesis was originally a means for an organism to take maximum advantage of abundant resources by increasing its numbers. Certain strains of Volbachia force this to occur, to create more and more infected females.
And that's why our men develop symptoms in the blink of an eye.
Volbachia causing parthenogenesis is common in parasitic wasps. Of course, the Volbachia I introduced you men did not have this characteristic, but I believe the mutation, whatever it was, caused it to force parthenogenesis in its host, the vocal cord parasite. The Volbachia we used to prevent egg laying became the agent of limitless reproduction.
There's something else. The symptomatic infected in the laboratory all wanted to get outside, even knowing there was napalm waiting for them out there. You said the parasites made them act that way. The parasites controlling humans. Is it possible?
Parasites altering the host's behavior is a common occurrence in the world of nature. Long ago, the vocal cord parasites had this ability, but even I never foresaw they might control humans. Until I heard the things your man said.
You mean the researcher on the top floor? The bit about, I'm not a snail.
Yes. Among parasitic worms, there is a genus called Leucochloridium that uses snails as intermediary hosts. As you know, snails prefer dark, gloomy environments. But once parasitized by Leucochloridium, they desire to be in the light. And that is not all. The parasitic worms thrust themselves into the snail's antennae, making them swell to abnormal size. The snail, meanwhile, frantically wiggles his antennae as the parasites squirm. The swollen, wriggling antennae soon resemble caterpillars.
I don't get it.
It is so they can be eaten by birds. Leucochloridium needs a bird as its definitive host. To breed, they require their snail host to be snapped up by a predator. So they make the humble snail appear to be a delicious caterpillar and lead it to somewhere in open sight.
So you mean the staff trying to get outside
was so the birds could pick at them. The parasites altered their mental state, making them crave higher places and to be outdoors. I can only surmise that both the Volbachia and the parasites mutated before the ancestors of the vocal cord parasites infected humans. Their hosts were birds. What we saw in the laboratory was some throwback to that time. The parasites attempting to make birds their intermediary hosts.
sounds insane.
A praying mantis that is host to a parasitic hairworm will dive into water and drown itself, just so the hairworm can lay its eggs in water. Rats infected with Toxoplasma gondii lose their instinctive caution and run right up to cats. Just some of the many ways parasites control the host.
But we're humans. Surely our minds are too complex for that.
I thought just the same. Free will is what makes us human, So it never occurred to me that the parasites could be controlling the symptomatic. But the mood, the will of a person can be easily affected by the balance of their cerebral substances. Take the toxoplasma I mentioned. It does infect humans, and it is thought the infected develop a more reckless attitude.
But to think that mutations occurred in both the Walbachia and its parasite hosts.
Your observation is most apt. Both mutations occurring at once.
You gotta extract him.
The presence of a powerful mutagen.
I see. Keep working on narrowing down what it was.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
I want to thank you, Code. You're pinpointing the cause of the vocal cord parasite's mutation. Enabled us to purge an enemy from Mother Base.
You mean that scientist?
Yeah, I was convinced he betrayed us. But I was wrong. He was never on our side to begin with. So ultimately, there was no traitor among us. And yet I made everyone distrustful with my talk of spies. The end result being each other in the laboratory.
You must not blame yourself. They were all infected with the mutated strain. The outcome would have been the same.
You know, we defeated Skullface, but it didn't lessen our pain. It's a pain we'll never be rid of. I see that now. But I thought I could burn it away. In the end, all it was our own men.
Infectious diseases, parasites. Without such foreign enemies, the immune system will start attacking the body, developing allergies and autoimmune diseases. The same is true of organizations.
You're right.
But I do not deserve to rebuke you. My desire to retaliate against the English language is what attracted me to the vocal cord parasite in the first place. Had it not been for that, I would never have been used by Skullface.
unleash that thirst onto the future. How long are we going to be tormented by what he left behind?
There is no choice but to live with that pain. Be symbiotic with our vengeful nature. Whatever we do, we must not allow that thirst for revenge to control us.
The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis.
That's the target.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Oh Mann.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Side ops list
Ja.
updated.
Aber ich glaube, das reicht.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okay, das ist schon cool. Nach der Zeit ist auch cool. Also ich will jetzt nicht sagen, dass die schlecht sind, ne? Aber man hat halt trotzdem nur 8 Schuss, ne? Naja. Aber, ja, ich finde die Wolke immer noch scheiße.